Hello, welcome to my channel. Unfortunately, having a poor credit may trap you in a vicious loop. Low credit score result in an increased interest rate, and you may pay thousands more in the interest in your lifetime. High interest rate result in a more monthly burden. It is simpler to skip larger installment and miss payment, result in worse credit rating. I will share with you to get a free credit report in this video so you can start a process to increase 200 points or more on your credit score. If this is your first time visiting my channel, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell. This channel is about investing in cash flow real estate, achieve your financial independence, and making an impact. My name is Korianne, and I'm a real estate investor since 2001. I achieved my financial independence when I was 35 years old after consistently investing in cash flow properties over 8 years. You may be asking how to boost your credit score by 200 points and how long it will take. The specifics may vary from person to person, but the following are some fundamental steps I have listed for you in this video to follow and achieve a higher credit score. Time to take note. As many customers are aware, your credit score has significant impact on your daily life. It may impact the interest rate you will pay on your credit card, auto loans, and mortgages, as well as whether you will be granted a loan. The higher your credit score, the more advantages of your loan applications will be. However, the periods required to recover from a missed payment or other financial setbacks varies across individuals. This video will teach you how to increase your credit score by 200 or more points, escape the vicious debt cycle, and keep a decent credit score eternally. Check your credit report. You may already know your 3-digit credit score, but it is more important to study your credit report. Frequently, a cleaner credit results in a higher grade. Suggested viewing your credit report at least twice a year to help correct any errors immediately. AnnualCreditReport.com enables you to acquire one free copy of your credit report every year from the 3 main agencies: Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Consider freezing your credit report to prevent identity theft and restricting who may see or use it without your permission. When applying for a new credit, such as refinancing your loans, you may be required to unlock your credit report for a small fee. Reduce outstanding credit card balance. Opening additional credit account is a fantastic strategy to enhance your credit score over a few months, since it does not demand a huge sum of money upfront. On the other hand, paying off your credit card bills may be a longer-term endeavor. If you have maxed out your credit cards, paying them down can quickly improve your financial status and credit score. Utilizing more than 30% of your available credits impacts your credit score, since your credit usage is a major element in credit rating. There are 2 overall strategies for paying off debts over the long term. Number 1 is the debt snowball strategy, is to pay off your accounts from the lowest to the highest balance. Second, the debt avalanche strategy is to pay off your accounts from the higher interest rate to the lowest. The debt snowball is often regarded as the superior method. Paying off accounts in full may make some individuals feel like they are making progress. However, the debt avalanche strategy will result in the greater cost savings. If one of your accounts is earning more interest than the other, it will make sense to prioritize what account regardless of its balance. Suppose you have 3 credit cards with a balance of $500, $2,000, and $5,000 respectively. Their relative interest rates are about 18%, 20%, and 25%. If you follow the debt snowball strategy, you would first pay off the credit card with the $500 amount. If you choose the debt avalanche strategy, you would begin to pay off the $5,000 sum on the card with the higher interest rate. Its interest rate is 5 to 7 percentage points higher than the average, but it will take you 10 times as long to pay it off. Honestly, the saving difference between the two options is likely insignificant. Generally, it is much more essential to keep to the plan and pay off your obligations than to do it in certain sequence. Paying off debt is not the only method to get a sense of advancement. Additionally, you may gauge your success using statistics known as your credit usage ratio. To get your credit utilization ratio, divide your total outstanding balance debt by the total credit limit. This is done as part of the financing process, also known as underwriting. Therefore, knowing this measure is beneficial. Generally, the lower usage rate is preferable. Concentrating on the lower your overall credit usage ratio will make you feel like you are making progress, even if you are not paying off accounts rapidly. Though you may enjoy the advantages of both strategies. Always make payments on time. Your payment history has the most impact on your FICO score. Bad payment history can destroy your credit score even if you do well in all other areas. 35% of your FICO score, the most general utilized credit score, is based on your payment history. This is equivalent to the weight given to credit history length, new credit activities, and credit mix combined. I shared in one video in the past in detail how the credit score rating breaks down among these areas. I put the video link in the show notes so you can watch it or relearn it. Do everything possible to ensure that your payments are always made on time. Here are some tips. Create an emergency fund with at least several months worth of costs. Avoid charging more than you have in cash on your credit cards. Do not get a loan with monthly installment you cannot afford to repay. Stick to your budget. Automate your credit card and installment loans payments. If you use the above mentioned measures, your credit profile and credit score will increase. Keep the accounts you currently have. People often commit the error of closing their credit accounts after pay off their bills. It is usual for individuals with secure credit cards or cards with yearly fee. Unfortunately, doing so may have negative consequences. When you terminate a credit account, your credit report will have fewer open accounts. Many creditors may reject your credit applications if you do not have enough open accounts. Additionally, closed accounts have no impact on the duration of your credit history. Therefore, your average credit history duration may decrease if you cancel your oldest accounts. Because the duration of credit history is the credit score considerations, it may quickly lower your credit score. It is occasionally feasible to return your deposit without canceling your secure credit card account. After 6 to 12 months of responsible conduct, your credit card providers may let you switch to an unsecured card. You may request that if they do not provide the upgrade after around a year. If you are in a good standing, they will repay your deposit without canceling your car. Additionally, they may enhance your available credit, improving your credit usage. This is a double success. Regarding cars with an annual charge, it is up to you to determine whether they are worthwhile. It is certainly worthwhile to retain if you still use it and earn enough points to pay for the annual price. Dispute incorrect items on your credit report. When you review your credit report and notice incorrect information, then you should dispute the incorrect information to the 3 credit bureaus. Your credit score is based on the information in your credit report, so you should ensure that it is as accurate as possible. Credit bureaus may make some internal errors. Creditors may also disclose false information or neglect to report something that should be reported. Always examine your credit record for inaccuracy that may be lowering your credit ratings. Reading the report may help you determine which aspect of your credit profile need the greatest improvement. There are 3 credit reports, one from Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, the 3 main credit bureaus or the credit reporting agencies. AnnualCreditReport.com provides you with a free copy of your credit report annually. Observe that each of your credit reports will likely have somewhat different information. Nothing to be concerned about. Not usually do creditors disclose their behavior to all the 3 credit agencies. One may report to Equifax, but another may report to both Experian and TransUnion. If you discover an error on your credit report, you should always research it and file a dispute. In the worst situation, it may indicate identity theft. To dispute an inaccuracy on your credit report, you must write a formal letter to the credit agency that generated the report. Your letter should contain your identity details, name and address, a precise explanation of each error you discover, any dividends you possess to back your assertions. Credit bureaus typically have 30 days to finish their investigations of the error after receiving your letter, so you should see results very quickly. On the Federal Trade Commissioner website, you can find a copy of each bureau's dispute form. Use this dispute form to report the error that you find in your credit report. Be patient and confident in the method. Credit establishment is a marathon, not a sprint. To achieve development, you must sustain constant discipline for months. You cannot fall asleep behind the wheel even after achieving success and improving your score. However, the whole process becomes much simpler if you comprehend the credit enhancement procedure and implement your techniques. You will enjoy the advantages of a strong credit score sooner than you would expect if you persisted. Share with us in the comment below what credit improvement tips we should learn and be aware of. Thank you so much for watching. Let's learn, invest, and make an impact. Ciao!